Students, now in this lecture we are going to start with the monopoly part. The monopolistic part. In the last lecture we have completed with the monopoly. So now in this lecture we are going to start with the monopolistic competition. So in this part we have already understood regarding the perfect competition. So now the next part is imperfect. So in imperfects, in the last lecture we have completed regarding the monopoly. So now the monopolistic. In reality the market are neither perfectly competitive market nor pure monopoly market, a mixed for both is found. So in market we can't say as it is a perfect market, a perfect competition, or it is a monopoly. It is a mixture of both. Means some part of the monopoly and some part of the perfect competition. There is a coexistence. Means they are coexisting of the partial monopoly and partial perfect competition. There is not fully perfect and there is not fully monopoly. Both are equally distributed, they are coexisting, and it is divided into the partial part, which is known as the monopolistic competition. The major type of the market observed is monopolistic. Majority of the market consists of the monopolistic competition. So here Chamberlain, Robinson, they have specified the definition for the monopolistic. Perfect competition and perfect monopoly coexist. બંને સાથે એક્ઝિસ્ટ થાય છે, ખાલી એક જ નહીં, મોનોપોલી જ નહીં ના પરફેક્ટ કોમ્પિટિશન, બંને સાથે મળીને જે એક્ઝિસ્ટ થાય છે એને આપણે કહીશું મોનોપોલિસ્ટિક કોમ્પિટિશન્સ. According to the Robinson as well, if each firm established monopoly and also competes at the same time, the market is called imperfect competition. यहाँ monopoly પણ છે અને માર્કેટમાં કોમ્પિટિશન પણ છે. So ई સિચ્યુએશન માં આપણે શું કહેશું એને મોનોપોલિસ્ટિક. જો પરફેક્ટ કોમ્પિટિશન માં કોમ્પિટિશન હોય છે, માર્કેટમાં ઘણા બીજા લોકો પણ સિમિલર ટાઈપ ઓફ પ્રોડક્ટ લે છે. મોનોપોલીમાં એવું નથી. એક તો અહીંયા તમે કહો મોનોપોલી પણ છે અને સાથે કોમ્પિટિશન પણ છે, એને આપણે કહીશું મોનોપોલિસ્ટિક. So here they have specified the characteristics of monopolistic. So for that purpose they have specified here the 6 characteristics. Number 1, large number of the sellers and the numerous buyers. માર્કેટ ની અંદર ઘણા સેલર્સ છે અને ઘણા બાયર્સ પણ છે, એટલે લાર્જ નંબર ઓફ સેલર્સ એન્ડ ન્યુમરસ બાયર. જો મોનોપોલીમાં સિંગલ સેલર અને લાર્જ બાયર, મોનોપોલી અને પરફેક્ટ કોમ્પિટિશનમાં લાર્જ નંબર ઓફ બાયર્સ અને સેલર્સ, એટલે આ પોઈન્ટ આપણે કહી શકીએ ઇટ ઇઝ રિલેટેડ ટુ ધ પરફેક્ટ કોમ્પિટિશન. In a market where the many individuals want to sell their product and many individuals wants to buy that product, so that market we can say as the monopolistic competition. So in this market there are numerous buyers and there are a large number of sellers, or we can say the numerous sellers. ઘણા લોકો goods વેચે પણ છે અને ઘણા લોકો goods purchase પણ કરે છે. Second, product differentiation. जो कॉम्पिटिशन तो છે પણ તમને સિમિલર પ્રોડક્ટ બધી જગ્યાએ ના મળે. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ અત્યારના હું તમને કહું કે અત્યારના મેં શર્ટ લીધી એક શોપ, જો સેમ શર્ટ મને બાજુની શોપમાં મળશે એવું જરૂરી નથી, થોડું પ્રોડક્ટમાં ડિફરન્સ હશે. અહીંયા સપોઝ પ્યોર કોટન હશે તો અહીંયા એનું ઓવર ફેબ્રિક કે થોડું અલગ હશે, સિલ્ક ઉપર હશે, પણ મળશે શર્ટ જ છે. એટલે પ્રોડક્ટમાં થોડુંક શું થઈ જશે ડિફરન્સિએશન, એને જ આપણે કહીશું મોનોપોલિસ્ટિક. પરફેક્ટ કોમ્પિટિશનમાં સેમ પ્રોડક્ટ મળતા હતા, મોનોપોલીમાં ક્યાંય નતા મળતા, એક જ જગ્યાએ મળતા. અહીંયા મળે છે બટ સેમ નથી મળતા, થોડા ડિફરન્ટ મળે છે. હવે સપોઝ મેગીના અત્યારના ઓપોઝિટ સેમ તમને બાલાજીની જે ઓવર નૂડલ્સ આવે છે એનો સ્વાદ નહીં આવે જેવો મેગીમાં આવે છે. ઇટ ઇઝ અ ટાઈપ ઓફ અ મેગીઝ કે આપણે નૂડલ્સ જ કહી શકીએ, ચાઇનીઝ આઇટમ, બટ ધ ટેસ્ટ ઇઝ ડિફરન્ટ. સો ધેટ ઇઝ વાય ઇટ ઇઝ અ પ્રોડક્ટ ડિફરન્સિએશન. 5 સ્ટાર જેવી ચોકલેટ બનાવે છે એવી મંચ નથી બનાવતો, એવી પર્ક નથી બનાવતો. चलो सिमिलर ની વાત કરીએ વેફર ટાઇપ્સ पर्क एंड मंच. બેનો ટેસ્ટ થોડો ડિફરન્ટ છે, ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ સેમ. પરફેક્ટ માં તો સેમ, એક્ઝેક્ટ સેમ, બટ ઇન મોનોપોલિસ્ટિક ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ એક્ઝેક્ટલી ધ સેમ, ઇટ ઇઝ લિટલ bit different. Next is free entry and exit of the firm. It is depend upon the organization whether they want to carry out their business or not. એને જ્યારે બિઝનેસ કરવો હશે ત્યારે કરશે, એને એક્ઝિટ લાગે કે મારું બિઝનેસ ઓવરઓલ લોસમાં છે, એ માર્કેટમાંથી નીકળી જશે કે અમારે બિઝનેસ કરવો નથી. સો આ પોઈન્ટ આપણે પરફેક્ટ કોમ્પિટિશનમાં ઇટ ડિપેન્ડ્સ અપોન ધ સેલર or the firm who wants to do the business. If they don't want to do the business, it totally depends upon them, not upon the buyers. If they want to sell their product into the market, they will stay in the market. If they don't want to sell the product into the market, they are not going to stay in the market, they will take the exit. So the third point is free exit and exit, entry and exit. Next is the selling cost. Obviously the selling cost incurred in them. અત્યારના હું ગુડ્સ વેચું તો એની પર મને ખર્ચો લાગશે, ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટેશનનો લાગશે, એડવર્ટાઇઝમેન્ટનો લાગશે, પેકિંગનો લાગશે, એટ્રેક્ટ કરવા માટે અલગ અલગ ઓફર્સનો લાગશે. સો આ બધી વસ્તુ ઓવરઓલ શું છે, સેલિંગ કોસ્ટમાં રહેશે. સપોઝ ઇન માર્કેટ Pepsi company has started to attract the customers by giving the cashback offers or by giving them one free biscuit packets. The same way will be done by the other companies of the soft drink companies such as Coca-Cola, Thums Up. Why? Because they want to stay into the market. If they don't attract their customers, then the people are not going to buy their product. So this all costs are included in the selling cost. Even the brand ambassadors, the stars of our country are publishing the product, or are we can say they are the ambassador, they are doing the advertisement regarding the product, so people in the market would get attract and purchase that product. So they provide the free samples, they overall do the advertisement, or they put the hoardings. So these are the expenses related to the selling. Even the transportation part from the manufacturing unit till the retailer shop, how the goods has been transported. So all the expenses are borne by the seller. So this all cost included into the selling cost. So the first point is what? Large number of the buyers, sellers and the numerous buyers. Second, product differentiation. Third is free entry and exit of the firm. Fourth, selling cost. Fifth, competition other than price. So in market, if they want to survive, if they want to sustain, they has to face the competition as well rather than price. So what is the quality of the goods, how they modify the things, how they attract the customers. So these are the things. Price is also essential, but with price the quality is also important part. How you are selling the goods into the market, at last what things remains in your mind is the profit. If I am selling the product into the market, I should earn this much amount. So if you are in a competitive market, so it's upon you how you are modifying, how you are changing, how you are making dynamisms in your product. So that is also very important point. So next is the imperfect knowledge regarding the market. Usually there are many substitute products into the market, the similar types of the goods you get in the market. So sometimes it happens like you don't have proper knowledge regarding the market. So the people into the market should come to know regarding the quality, regarding the quantity, regarding the taste, regarding the we can say product. So all the things you should have knowledge, but sometimes it happens that you don't have accurate knowledge or perfect knowledge regarding the market situation. What type of people want the goods and what is their choices, what is their preferences. So it may depends fluctuating. It may the people into the market is facing the problem related to that part as well. So they specified that if you are selling the product into the market, this is for both. This is for buyer as well as the sellers. They should have adequate knowledge regarding the market situation, but here it is not possible. Why? The other firm is selling a different kind of product and the other person is selling a different kind of product. So he can't compare these things. One person is selling at 90 rupees and the other person is selling at 60 rupees. So it may be the difference in the quality as well, into the quantity as well, the design as well, the taste as well. So because you are not getting here the perfect same product, similar product, homogeneous product. Here you are getting such as a heterogeneous with the different type. It is not similar, but you can use as a substitute part as well. So these are the points are included into the monopolistic competition. So total the 6 points they have included specified. The first is the large number of the seller and the numerous buyer. Second, product differentiation. The third is entry fee, entry and exit of the firm. Next is the selling cost. Fifth is the competition other than prices. Next, imperfect knowledge regarding the market. So these are the 6 points they have specified in this. So 6 points. Now the next part please, and the last part of the market is oligopoly. So here the word oligopoly has originated from the Greek word oligos, which means few, and poly means the seller. So oligopoly means the market having the few producers. So what is the meaning of the oligopoly? Oligo means a few and poly means the seller. It is a Greek word, oligo. So the oligopoly means it is means a few seller into the market. So that type of a market is known as the oligopoly. So the definition, the singular and the plural specify that oligopoly is a market in which the firm decides its policy according to the behavior of the competitors. So if I am sustaining into the oligopoly market, then it depends upon me. What are my firm's rules and regulations, the policies I am following? At what price I should sell the product? What is the demand into the market? Like me, the other producers are manufacturing the same goods or the different goods, but there are few sellers. There are not many sellers. Like the monopolistic and the perfect competition, there are the few sellers into the market who are selling the goods. Now the second definition, oligopoly is the market in which even a small number of sellers out of the total less sellers are enough to affect the price of the product. So here, even though there are a few number of sellers, even they can affect the market by taking the high price as well as the low price. So you should have a proper knowledge regarding what types of goods you are producing, but you will have to compare that things with the other competitors because there are a few sellers. So people come to know regarding the product as well, regarding the demand as well, regarding the price as well, regarding the quality as well. So that is important part. So here the characteristics of oligopoly. So for that purpose, here they have specified us the 6 points. The 6 points regarding the oligopoly market. The first is few sellers and the numerous buyers. So in a market there are few sellers and there are the large number of buyers. Obviously, I told you in the introduction part, the word oligos means few. Poly means seller. So there the person who are selling or producing the goods into the market are less, are few. And the person who wants to buy the product, there are numerous, plenty of person want to buy the product. So always in all the 4 markets, the buyers are numerous. Only the seller, in monopoly, the single seller or the producer. In oligopoly, few. In monopolistic and perfect competition, many sellers or the producers. Clear? Now the next one, similar or substitute goods. So you may get the substitute goods in this market as well as you may get the similar kind of goods as well. So it depends upon, for example, I can say the car manufacturing companies in our country are few. Though they are launching the different models, but I am talking about the brand. So if the one brand is launching one model, the other brand is also launching the same type of a model at same rate. Maybe because of the brand name, it may charge high value compared to the other one. So though the features and the specification regarding the car model it may be the same or maybe related to the similar type. So for that purpose they specified that it is similar as well as the substitute goods. Third, entry or exit of the firm. It same point. It depends upon the person who is producing or who is the seller. Whether he want to sustain into the market, એટલે માર્કેટ માં રહેવું છે કે નહીં. G rate એને માર્કેટ માંથી મળે છે એને પ્રોફિટેબલ થાય છે, ફાયદો થાય છે, ઓબ્વિયસલી બિઝનેસ કન્ટિન્યુ કરશે. અગર એને પ્રોફિટ ન થતો એને રિટર્ન સારું નથી મળતું તો એ એક્ઝિટ પોઈન્ટ લઈ લેશે. So depends upon the firm whether he want to take entry or exit. It depends upon him. Selling cost. Next part is what? The selling cost. Obviously the selling cost, the transportation part for attracting the customers, is paying the sales tax as well, is giving to the wholesaler, to the retailer. So all the expenses which we have discussed in the monopolistic as well as in the perfect competition, we have the same point they have specified over here. Just because while he is selling the goods, he has to pay the cost. He is incurring some expenses regarding that part, so that it is his selling cost. So the first point is few sellers and the numerous buyer. The second point is similar or the substitute products. The third is entry or the exit of the firm. The fourth point is the selling cost. The fifth point is interdependence. So these two new points, the fifth and sixth point, are little bit they are new points to me. So the seller and the producer are very few in the market. The seller or the producer can thus easily gain the important information about other sellers or the producers. The seller and the producer special focus on the quality and the type of the product to attract the customers. For example, television, car, producers or the sellers. So the firm decides the price, quality and its product based on the behavior of the competitors. It is dependent on them. So I told you there are few sellers in the market. So some things into the market, they have to think regarding the quality, regarding the price, regarding the scheme, and how they are going to attract the customers. So they are interdependent. If the one brand is reducing its price, so obviously the other brands also has to reduce. For example, I am talking about the soft drink. The three black color soft drink, that is Coca-Cola, Thums Up and Pepsi. So you see the price is similar. Comparatively, around you are purchasing the small bottle of the 750 ml, so at market you are getting it 45 to 50 rupees or 40 to 45 rupees. So it is a similar price range. Though the taste is different, the Thums Up is slightly strong. Pepsi is, we can say, it is not strong, not sweet, and the Coca-Cola is sweet and it is reddish in color. So they have the variety, they have their own quality, their own formulas regarding the product. The price is similar. The one brand is giving the offer, the other brand is also giving the offer. So they are interdependent on each other. So one is doing, the other has to do that. The one is doing, the other has to do that. So that is interdependence because they want to survive in the market. And the market ma use on corrosion. So that is the part. The next is the price stickiness, but we can say the king demand curve. It may come into the examination as well. This point. So suppose this is the diagram I am explaining you. Within that, this is my price and this is my demand. So this is the average price. According to this price, the price is normal and the demand is normal. But suppose if I am charging high price, the demand will what decrease. And if I am reducing my price, though my demand is not getting much difference. So the people will also think why this firm or the producer is reducing the price. It may be regarding the quality. So even I can't change the price according to the market situation, according to the other firm. The people or the producers should think regarding the price as well. So what is the exact time and what is the balance time when he is getting the profit and when there is a proper demand into the market? Though he is reducing the price, he is getting the demand more into the market, but it is not affecting more. Let's suppose in short તમને કહું કે price ઘટાડી ગઈ પણ quantity મને એટલી વધતી નથી. અગર quantity એટલી વધે તો એટલું મને returns પણ મળશે. પણ અહીંયા price ઘટાડવાથી પણ quantity વધતી નથી. So at nominal price, so this is the best price. according to the market situation, what the other firm or the other organization is keeping their prices. So that is also very important point for in the oligopoly market, because I told you in the first only, there are the few sellers. There are not the many sellers into the market. There are the few sellers. So people are having a perfect knowledge regarding the market. Even the customers, even the buyers, even the sellers. So all of them have perfect knowledge. Suppose if I want to buy something and for that product, there are not many varieties available into the market. I have to select from 2 to 3 brands. So I will classify, I will speculate the things which is going to be helpful for me, who is giving me maximum benefit, maximum features, and who is charging me low price. For that type we can say that, so if you are increasing the price, you are facing the demand problem, there is no output, and if you are decreasing the price, you are not getting proper return. So at the accurate point, at the exact price, you should sell the market. So this point is known as king. So that's why they use the word king demand curve. So total the 6 points we have understood. The first point is few sellers and the numerous buyer. Next point is similar or the substitute product. The third is entry or exit of the firm. Fourth is selling cost. Fifth, interdependence. Sixth point is price stickiness. So we have completed this chapter. So you have to write the notes of this chapter E1. We have discussed the we have studied the 4 important markets. One is the perfect combination. Even we have studied the features of the perfect combination. Now the next part is imperfect competition. In imperfect competition, we have studied the 3 points. The first is the monopoly, second is monopolistic, and the third is monopolistic competition. So this chapter is completed. Solve the notes of this chapter, solve the exercise. Okay, in next lecture we are going to start with the next chapter. Okay, thank you.